Yo, what's up, man? Listen, man, QAMARI, aka Reno Slow Motion. You know, I figure I'll do it in the blue bathroom, my little bathroom here. Um, and cause it just seemed better, more light. All right, so this is some of y'all asked me a few questions, um, about certain things in my life, and you know, certain questions. It's crazy. Oh gosh. I'm still hurting a little bit. Alright, so let's get into the questions. Yeah, right now. Some of y'all, one of my subscribers, and one of my friends on my Facebook, Reno Slow Motion fan page, she asked me, do I feel awkward at family functions? Um, you know, because some of my family, you know, they know about me. I mean, some of them know about me. Then some of them don't know how extensive I became with the steps of tea or um, getting name changed and um, to that nature. I mean, they know the way I was born, but they try to put it out their mind. So it does sometimes feel awkward at family functions because my original family, they wanted a daughter, and then I turned out to be intersex, and then I turned out to want to transition to be a man, to be a full-fledged man. So a lot of them, some of them are stuck on that old-fashioned, they're stuck on that old-fashioned thing that if you were born one way, if you were born female, you're supposed to go back to the grave as of what you was born, and if you're changing your anatomy, then it's going against God's creation and all that. That's where a lot of my dysphoria was coming from. A lot of them. And going to a family function, sometimes it is awkward because they don't say, some of them don't say Kumari, they say Kamika. They say my original name. And it's like, okay, so I felt a little bit awkward. And knowing that that's not the name I go by anymore, you know. So, my feminine name, it's not what I don't use that. I don't even know if it was ever girly or a unisex name, but it's kind of hard at family function. When you like I hang around certain people that respect me and my family, and then I kind of like separate myself from people that don't respect me or don't understand, and they want to nitpick and bring up old different stories and facts and the way you should be and all that. So I kind of separate myself from them, and then I hang around people that reflect positive energy towards the person I am. If that makes sense. Because you got that kind of family, like families that kind of make you distant yourself from them, and then you got families, certain type of family members that make you feel comfortable. So that's kind of how it is in my family, especially in a black family. I don't know. It is kind of different. Um, Someone else asked me on my YouTube. This was on my YouTube. Have I ever been outed? Yeah. Um, yeah, I've been outed. I was talking to this girl at a club I met, and my friend happened to, you know, she was asking me certain questions like, you got facial hair and all that, and I thought I would feel comfortable because it was a gay club, so, I didn't think I'd get judgment like I was, but apparently if you're trans, you don't feel comfortable in a gay club because mostly gay men go to a gay club, to hang out with the lesbians and stuff like that. So I figured, I felt like I could be accepted in the gay club being trans, being a part of the community. So, but apparently not. So my friend, she walks out while I was talking to this girl, and she's like, that's a guy. And I was like, oh shit, she's like, yeah, they're trans, or my friend is trans, and he's becoming and she's becoming a man. That's what she said. Instead of he becoming is a man, she's like she's becoming a man, and it kind of like threw me off. Like it's not your place to say anything. Well, I felt like it was my place because if she felt like that, I was gonna be like disrespecting this girl's lifestyle because I'm sitting up here just talking to her, and then you kind of jump the gun and tell her something that she didn't need to know, especially something that I should be telling her. Just don't throw that kind of information out. But yeah, I've been outed like maybe a couple times in my life, but I just laugh it off because I'm like, okay, whatever. But I don't like people to tell my business without me telling my business, if that makes sense. Um, Another subscriber asked me, do I feel sometimes not accepted? Yeah, I do. I guess she was me in the community. Sometimes I feel like we're not accepted in the community. That even though we say it's supposed to be LGBT, Q, lesbian, gay, trans, bisexual, genderqueer, whatever. um, that you should feel accepted, but sometimes I do feel like I'm not accepted because the way there's so much judgment in the community. It's like you can't be a certain weight, or you got to be a certain height, or you got to be dominant, more dominant if you're a stud, and you got to be uh, if you're trans, some trans guys be bashing other trans guys, or you got to have surgery or to be considered trans, or you got to be on T to be considered trans, or FTM or something like that, and it's like we judge each other so much, so it makes me feel like we are not accepted for people who might can't use T, or people who can't afford to get chest surgery or bottom surgery, people who um, are just don't want to go through the whole steps, just want to be comfortable and be a man, you know, without having to feel like they need to change their physical appearance. So, in aspects, yes, I do feel like sometimes I don't feel like I'm accepted, and mostly I would say sometimes by my family because they so old-fashioned and like stuck on who I was and not respecting sometimes of who I am. Like my father, he's just stuck on the name, my old name, and he won't he change that. And, I get used to it and just deal with it because my father. But people that I be around that are lesbian, they make me feel uncomfortable sometimes. Like going to the club scene and or going out to gay pride or whatever. It feels like you don't get that acceptance from the other part of the community or your family. So I say that yes, sometimes my family and sometimes the community. Um, would I date a trans woman? No. And it's because me being a trans man, I respect everyone's transition, but I know how I transition and I know that part of my life, and I don't want to kind of think, have flashbacks on the steps that I went to become who I am. It's like I respect the trans woman for who she is, where she came from, and who she is now, and I respect her, the woman she is now, but I don't want to be the trans man and trans woman couple. I guess some people would be the ideal couple or whatever. I just kind of like being my own unique self. You know, we're all unique in our own way, but I kind of like just not having people question me if they're gonna question me, but then I don't feel like having to go through the whole questions of other people. And I just know that we both gone through the same steps, and I don't want to think about what I went through. And dating a trans woman kind of would make me think about, okay, what you've been through, and I don't know. But I would be friends with a trans woman, even though I wouldn't date her. Um, and the last one is, how do I feel about having a body part that um, that reflects the feminine aspect of me, or the female aspect of me being a trans man. And I can start talking about my chest. um, it's just being comfortable in your skin, just knowing who you are. You have to be comfortable with you wanting to transition. That is a part of your transition. Is respecting the person that you were, that you were before, and you're embracing the person that you're becoming now. Regardless of who you are becoming, you can never become fully um, the gender that you're deciding. Like, there's some things that you cannot do, and it will remind you that you are not the person you want to be 100%. And that's just just embracing the person that you are or you were. Um, like some trans men, that's where a lot of their dysphoria comes in, especially when it comes to wanting to have kids with their partner, wanting to be able to do certain things with their partner, going through chest surgery, having the scars. I mean, it's dealing with that. I mean, when you learn to embrace the person that you were, and respecting the person you are now, it's not really like a bad thing. I don't feel bad about my body. I love my body. I mean, it is what makes me unique. It's what makes me QAMARI. It's what makes me a better person, because no matter what anybody's gonna say about me, I am in touch with who I am, and I love me, and nobody can change that. And that's all I can say really on it. I mean, that's from my perspective. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, other people's perspective um, could probably be a little bit different, you know. So, that's my thoughts on it, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, this is your man QAMARI, and y'all got any more Q&As, questions, and stuff about transitioning, packers? I know all about that, even though I don't pack. Um, but I know about a lot of information to get good binders, um, for good prices, where you can get your shots from, pharmacies and stuff like that. I know a little bit more information than these guys. I do my homework. But yeah, this is your man Q. I am out. Yeah, I'll be real. This is